Well, guys, better late than never. Here's mine and Dark Knight's review, spoiler review, by the way, of Rocko's Modern Life, Static Clean. Enjoy. What's going on, you guys? I'm, as always, Mr. Green 2 with Dark Knight 87, and welcome everybody to my channel. And today, me and Dark Knight 87 are going to give you guys our late review. I know this is very late. I apologize for that. This is very, very, very late review for Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling. This came out back in August of this year. We were supposed to have gone to see, watched it together, but things happened and all hell broke loose and stuff like that. So that's why you're getting a late review for it now, and I apologize, but yeah, it's just been nuts. But yeah, we have both seen it, so this is going to be a spoiler review. We're gonna talk about the spoiler. We're gonna talk about spoilers, and this is gonna be kind of like what we do with Back in Time, and kind of like what we do with the RIP reviews, where we're gonna go through the plot step by step, and we're gonna talk about the movie itself. So this movie. The Netflix movie was directed by the creator of Rocko's Modern Life, Joe Murray, and Cosmo Sergeson. It is written by Mr. Lawrence and Martin Olson, as well as Joe Murray. It stars the returning Carlos Alazraqui as the lovable Rocko, Tom Kenny, the legendary Tom Kenny as Heifer. Charlie Adler returns as Ed and Bev Bighead, as many other characters as well. Mr. Lawrence, who plays Fulbert, returns as well, and some of the cast from the original show is back in this movie as well. So, so we're gonna talk about the movie, and so let us go through the plot, and so if you guys still have not seen this, it's up on Netflix right now. Just go watch it, come back, and you'll be okay. So here we go. All right. After Rocko's house was launched in space on November the 24th, 1996, which was the final episode of the original show, Rocko, Heifer, Filbert, and Spunky have been adrift for more than 20 years, doing nothing but watching old movies of the Fatheads episodes. Passing by Earth, Filbert realizes that the remote controlling the rocket has been stuck to Heifer's ass all along. They reuse the re-entry button and land back in O Town on November the 24th, 2016. Which they find has changed dramatically in the last 20 years. Heifer and Filbert quickly accept all the new customs and technology, but Rocko is overwhelmed and secludes himself in his house. Yes, I feel so sorry for Rocko, too.
I do, too.
He was so used to the 90s, just like me and you were, dude.
He was used to the new, but we're going to touch on that, too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Bev Bighead comes to welcome Rocko back to Earth. When asked by Rocko why he can't find the Fatheads on TV, she explains the show has been off the air for many years, much to Rocko's horror. I feel so sorry for him. God damn it.
No way.
Meanwhile, Ed Bighead makes a clerical error due to a mishap caused by Rocko's re-entry. As a result, Conglamo enters bankruptcy. Along with all of O-Town. Holy shit. Ed is fired and his house is slated for demolition the next day. At Rocko's suggestion, the two return to Conglamo and convince Mr. Dupet to bring back the Fatheads. Claiming a revival will make enough money to save the company. Dupet accepts and rehires Ed, but then orders the Chameleon Brothers, oh god, those two, to direct a CGI animated special. Yes, they are morons. Thank you. Oh, okay. Convinced this new direction will ruin the Fatheads, Rocko decides to find the original creator, Ralph Bighead, who left on a journey of self-discovery years ago. Yeah, they touch on a very, very, very touchy subject in this movie as well. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Using a couch attached to a drone, he, Heifer, and Velbert travel the world searching for Ralph. But their battery runs out and they crash land in the desert. There they find Ralph, who comes out as transgendered and is now Rachel, running a Fathead's ice cream truck. Rocko begs Rachel to return to O-Town and bring back the Fatheads. She eventually accepts for her family's sake. Meanwhile, Dupet is displeased with the CGI Fathead special and hires Rachel to take over when Rocko returns with her. Ed becomes enraged and refuses to accept his child's transition before storming out, leaving Conglamo and the town in jeopardy. Idiot! Alright, sorry. Rocko departs feeling depressed while Rachel, despite her father's words, begins working on the special inspired by fond memories of her parents. Rocko finds Ed in his now demolished house, and the two discuss their shared fear and resistance to change. The Winds of Change shows up to lecture them about how change is the key to happiness. Right, and I'm Willy Wonka. Rocko then receives a phone call from Heifer and Filbert, informing him that the Fathead special is complete and about to premiere at Kungama. He drags Ed to the premiere and the two begin to watch, only to discover that Rachel has added a new character to the show, a baby fathead. Everyone but Rocko loves the new character, leading the special to make billions of dollars, and Ed, seeing the influence of their family life and the special, reconciles with Rachel, better known as Ralph. Rocko angrily states that his disapproval of the special, believing it to be too different from the original Fatheads, but Ed convinces him that change is a part of life and should be embraced, which Rocko now then accepts. The rocket that launched Rocko's house suddenly crashes into the Kongamo building, launching it and Dupet into space, and the money earned rains down on the crowd, saving the town. Filbert reunites with his wife and family, and Rachel and her parents leave for a new life together in her ice cream truck. Van. Whatever. Thus ending Rocko's modern life. Static cling. Okay, so... Yeah, so let's get into this right now. There's stuff on this. There's stuff on that that's fucking hilarious. It also touches on some really tough subjects as well. A really toughy subject regarding LGBT stuff. You know. And it is, I did, okay guys, I don't have a problem with LGBT, but they put it in too much stuff, man. Like, they like to.
Junior, I gotta get that, and this is the very first time a cartoon from the 90s that him and I grew up as kids watching. This is, for me, was the first time a cartoon ever touched bases with about change and about transgender. And again, we have nothing against, LGBT, nothing against like that. We're not trying to point that, but
No.
that just really got to us as this cartoon that we knew from the 90s would actually touch bases on this kind of situation.
I was surprised that they touched on such a delicate subject like that. I was very surprised. Not to mention, I kind of wish there was some stuff in this movie that I kind of wish that they could have done a little bit better, though. But I'm not gonna get into that right now. But I love the movie. This one, and also soon we will talk about Invader Zim. I promise you guys, I will do my review for Invader Zim. Since we're doing this late, we're gonna do that one late too.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, Rocko's Modern Life brings back characters that you know and love from the original cartoon show, but it also brings with it some well. It talks about change a lot. You know what I mean? Like how the world has changed in over 20 years. It's been 20. Well, yeah, it's been like 20 years in O Town since
Yeah.
Rocko and since Rocko, Filbert, and Heifer were thrown into outer space in '96. So, um, but yeah, I think this deserves 10 out of 10.
I agree.
Um, this was a really good TV movie. I love this movie a lot. Um, I don't know why people gave it. Some people said that this movie was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, it would be real
Of
weird. That's
course.
what Rocco was about back in the day. You know what I mean? But I still feel like this deserves credit.
It does.
I'm gonna give it where credit is due. Dude, Joe Murray knows how to tell a good fucking story when it comes to Rocco. He's
Yeah.
also done it with Camp Lazlo. He's also done it with a lot of other projects that he has done over the years.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you guys probably didn't know that I love Camp Lazlo too. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
I love that.
um, and he was the same guy that did that show too. So
Yeah. That,
but I do wish though that they would bring the series back
oh yeah.
with a new tone. Now that they have done, now that they're talking about transgender stuff, talk about something else. Talk about other stuff going on in
Yeah.
the world. You know what I mean? Like bring, like bring these social commentaries to life. You know, through
Yeah.
cartoons and stuff like that.
Just to so it can relate to what's going on in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Rather than trying to be crying all in the real world. You used to that in a cartoon, and not to make it funny, but just so we can relate.
Yeah, yeah. So
To
you
what's
can
going on.
relate to the whole situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a problem with LGBT stuff, but I just think people put it in too much. It's put in too much. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, I liked how this was made. How
Yeah.
Rock and I feel so bad for Rocco too. Like I said
You have
before,
to.
because
You have to.
because they've been in space for 20 years. Think about
Yes.
that. You're so bored. You're like you don't know what the fuck's been going on down below for 20 years.
No.
20 fucking
No.
years.
A bag and it's all different. And the thing is, I think stays the same. Of course, it's going to be different. They have a lot of now they have energy drinks coming up and says here coffee shops in the corner, food
Yeah.
trucks. And as I mentioned too, they do parody the iPhone. They call it the iPhone and Rocko.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's oh my god. So yeah, imagine being in space for years and come back and tell things are different. But yeah, you have to go back to Rocko because he was used to be in the '90s. He was used to things being not so technical that it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, things used to be so different. Things used to be so different back in the '90s than they are now. You could get a level like back then we didn't have the political correctness shit. Well, I think
Oh
we
no,
did back then.
everything
I
was
think we did.
smooth back then.
But you could get away with mostly anything that you want. Like back then,
Yeah.
you would say something and nobody would call somebody the F word or something like that, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know. But anyway, um, but what I say that this movie is what I would say that this movie brings the old Rocco series back to its original light. Um, and I think that it's really good, and I
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
So do I.
Um, And if I remember, and I think it's still on Netflix. So if you guys want to watch it, it's still on Netflix. I think.
Yeah. Netflix. If you have an account, log in. If you don't, make an account. It's portable. But if you haven't seen it, watch it and see for yourself. What do you guys think? And get into the comments. And nothing against the LGBT thing. But someone has two people being grim here from the '90s. Things are simple, and we should know. I mean, coming from the image, you can simply put off the game, boom, carry on, there you go. Now things you have to put in a disc and install something, we have to do this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, coming from experience from being grim here in the '90s are so simple. But now, things have gotten a lot technical, so just put it out there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let us know in the comment section down below what y'all guys thought of Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling. I promise you guys, cross my heart and hope to fucking die, I will give you guys my review for Invader Zim. I fucking forgot about that I didn't get a chance to do these reviews because because all the shit that happened with us back in August and stuff like that. So
it's gonna come. It's gonna get there. We're gonna bring you this review, so stay tuned. And more content coming your way here on YouTube.
Yeah, so I am, as always, Mr. Crown Final 2 with Dark 997, and we'll see you all in the afterlife. Peace.